In this video, I'm going to show you the kind of mental tricks pro Yu-Gi-Oh players use to win games they should have lost. These aren't combos or card effects, they're subtle mind games that work both online and even better in real life. Learning and mastering these tricks was what took me from being a regular player to actually topping major events like YCS tournaments back when I played competitively. Of course, there's no fixed rule book for these kinds of mind tricks. Every game state is different. You have to freestyle based on the situation and try to get inside your opponent's head. In this video, I'll show you a few tricks I pulled off over the last couple days while playing Gladiator Beasts. The deck itself doesn't matter, they're just examples to help you understand when and why certain mind games work. The examples I'm showing all come from high-rated ranked games on Dueling Book, and I do these plays out of habit because I genuinely see them as part of the game. These are just small examples from the past 2 days. If I had recordings of everything I've done over time, the list would be endless. Honestly, I wish I had more extreme cases to show, but this is what I've got. And trust me, these tricks work even better in real life. I've won countless games I should have lost. In this first example, you'll see how in a desperate situation, we used a simple mind trick to bait the opponent into using Dark Armed Dragon's effect instead of going for an attack, while we had a set Gladiator Beast War Chariot to punish the effect. Our opponent has had Dark Armed Dragon on the field for 2 turns now, and the situation is completely desperate. Thankfully, we just drew War Chariot, which means our only win condition is to force Dark Armed Dragon to activate its effect instead of attacking, because if it attacks, we instantly lose. There's only one possible move here: summon Laquari and set 2 cards. At this point, the opponent has to decide whether to play around Dimensional Prison, Mirror Force, or around War Chariot. So we need to make it look like we just drew one of the first 2, not the actual threat. Why did I pretend to set Laquari before normal summoning it and setting War Chariot, even though that was clearly the only logical play? Most players would simply go straight for it, but if I played it that way, my opponent would likely read it immediately and go straight for the attack. The idea behind the fake set was to make it look like I drew a different kind of out, like Prison or Mirror Force, and I tried to set my monster defensively. Then, by hesitating and changing my mind, I subtly planted the idea that maybe I wanted to bluff Chariot, when in reality, I actually had it all along. Let's see if it worked. We successfully made our opponent activate Dark Armed Dragon's effect instead of attacking, exactly what we needed. Now, of course, there's no way to know for sure if the fake set influenced that decision, and these are just the examples I happened to record recently. I wish I had clearer ones, but this is what I've got. It's also worth noting that tricks like this come with a risk. Against experienced players, sometimes the bluff might backfire and push them to make the move you didn't want. Still, in most cases, these kinds of plays do work, and when they do, they can win games you had no business winning. In this next example, we're once again in a desperate spot, and the goal is to trick our opponent into not using Necrogardna to protect Judgment Dragon. The key is to make him believe he's in full control and that he's the one outplaying us. Here, our opponent has Judgment Dragon on the field, and we're basically losing, but we talk deck Shrink, which, combined with the monster in our hand, might give us a way out. The problem, during the end phase he milled Necrogardna, and we have no way to remove JD without attacking. Given how the duels played out and the fact that he knows we play cards like Shrink or Book of Moon, if we just summon and attack, he'll almost definitely use Necro Gardna. Our goal is to find a way to make him feel so safe that he doesn't bother activating it. We summoned our monster in set 1, likely looking like a passive turn, maybe with a chariot set, then we briefly went to end phase before jumping back to main phase. I know this move could be seen as questionable, but I'll address that in the next clip. We hovered over his graveyard pretending to notice Gardna as if we were baiting it, then immediately declared an attack. Our opponent, thinking we were bluffing hard, let it go, and we punished it with Shrink. We lost the duel anyway, but in a different context, Gardna would have definitely been used and we'd have lost on the spot. I know some might criticize the fact that I clicked end phase even though I didn't actually intend to pass the turn. I debated whether to even include this clip, but my goal is to teach as much as possible. Dueling Book has communication limits outside of chat. There are only a few clickable buttons. In real life, there are many subtle gestures, a hand motion suggesting you're passing, a pause, eye contact. All these can send a message. To me, Yu-Gi-Oh has always been about more than just the cards. It's a battle of minds, of presence, of psychology. And while I always stay within the legal limits, no sharking or cheating, I take full responsibility for my decisions because this is also part of the game I fell in love with. Let me know if you've ever used tricks like these in your matches, especially in real life, or if someone ever pulled one on you and you only realized it after the game. I'm sorry I couldn't bring more insane examples this time, but I had the idea for the video and just wanted to put it out there with the material I had. If you'd like a part 2 or a deeper breakdown, just let me know. Thanks a ton for watching. If you feel like dropping a like or subscribing, I really appreciate it. See you in the next one.